I am Brianna Williams. I am a junior at Fayetteville State University. My major is mathematics, a minor in computer science with a certificate in geointelligence. And today I'll be talking about Ariel Peter. Arlie Peter is from a small central country called Belize. He is known as the nation's hero. Peter Petter was born February 8, 1964. He grew up in a very poor city. He even said that he can count the number of telephones located in his neighborhood. The poverty line was very low in his country. Petter was different from all the other kids. His grandparents stated that he will always come inside and study rather than play outside. In the country of Belize, this is where Petter gained his fascination of looking at the stars. He loved gazing upon the stars at night. Unfortunately, Petter got a call from his mother. His mother wanted him to come live in Brooklyn, New York, to have a better life and to be successful in the United States. Petter did not want to go to the United States, but it was his only choice. When Petter got there, his whole mindset changed. In Petter's neighborhood, it was either you know how to fight or you know how to survive. But Petter was going to be successful beyond belief. Petter made it to be very successful. He actually attended the college in New York, called Hunter's College. There, Peter was having a lot of family problems. It actually left Petter very homeless because there were family problems at home. Petter thought he was going to give up. He lost all types of hope until one day someone told him about Jim. Jim was Petter's lifesaver. Mr. Jim was the head of the Minorities Fellow Program at Hunter's College. He was the head of it between 1980 through 1990. Mr. Jim gave Petter the opportunity to be successful beyond measures. Petter said, "Mr. Jim, am I able to give you my transcript? And I promise you I will not fail." Within weeks, Jim gave Petter the great news, and he was awarded the scholarship and was making accommodations to be able to live in the dorm rooms at Hunter's College. Petter thought this was only a miracle. Petter eventually received his BA in mathematics and physics at the same time. Also, he goes on to obtain his master's at Hunter's College in mathematics. After obtaining his master's at Hunter's College, he also completed the mathematic theory of general relativity, which is his basis of his theories. He began his PhD at Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Princeton University Department of Physics also helped in this research. For 2 years, he actually stayed at MIT for instructor of pure mathematics between 1991 and 1993. He then joined the faculty at Princeton University in the Department of Mathematics. He was an assistant professor at Princeton for 5 years between 1993 and 1998. Soon after that, he returned to the wonderful state of North Carolina and pursued a career at Duke University. Now let's talk more about Petter's actual research. Petter really loved stars. He loved astronauts. He loved space. He had his mind wrapped around what if there was a fifth dimension. And upon that thought or that question, he went into gravitational lensing. He also said that light is a great messenger traveling billions and billions of light years, carrying many secrets. Surprisingly, we only know about 4% of what's out there in the galaxy. 96% of the galaxy in our solar system and our universe we know nothing about yet. So, say for instance, you take a pool. The pool has the same effect as a gravitational lens. Therefore, if you look at a pool on a sunny day, the light gets deflected by the ripples of the pool and then focused. This is called a caucasus. A caucasus also means burning bright. Um, Astronomers actually found out about gravitational lensing in 1979 when the scientists discovered that the images from a distant comet object appear to be splitting into two multiple images due to the effect of gravitational force exerted by massive intervening objects between them and Earth. The effect begins when light streaming from a distant astronomical object such as a star or a sun, or even an ultra bright in the farthest reach of the universe. This also can happen on a cosmological scale. So when you're looking in the distant galaxy and the light has passed through some other galaxies and through a cluster to even get there. But how that bends and creams through the space tells us a lot about what we cannot see. So that was basically Petter's findings and his research on gravitational lensing. He also wrote a book called Singularity Theory and Gravitational Lensing in 2000, which covers still the hypothetical theory that is there a fifth dimension. This is an example of a gravitational lens with Adobe Photoshop. This is exactly what Petter was talking about in his theories and his research. As you can see on the right, you have a galaxy or an image. Once the light is passed through the universe or the galaxy, you see where it starts to split up into two images, just as Petter was talking about. And that's when it's just fully a light that passes through. So now that we're done with the theorem, we can just talk about some of his contributions and awards that Petter has received over his lifespan. Petter was the first African American to receive the Black Whale Tapia Prize for Minority Mathematics Scientists. One of his greatest achievements is him being named by the Queen of England to membership in the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, and in 2009 a street was named in his honor in Dangria, Belize. When I stumbled upon his resume, I actually found that it was 52 pages long. This great mathematician was actually earned a tenure at the math department at Duke University. Sadly, when Petter discovered at Duke University is that only 1% of African Americans obtain a PhD. Even with his past accomplishments and everything, Petter went back to Belize and gave back. Petter built a research institute. The research institute was founded in 2005. His vision was for the country is to create economic growth through high technology industries, and that draws people into the intellectual aspect of Belize. This is a place where kids all over the country can come to excel in math, science, and even life studies. This is my conclusion, and Peter was a wonderful mathematician. I think that his contributions through his country and through the United States has expanded the knowledge in gravitational lensing, and also how are so limited about the universe when we don't know anything yet, because we, again, as I stated before, we do not know over 96% of the universe of its findings. Thank you.